Generic greetings, and yes, the clock is in the center because, well, I can. I sometimes go to press the buttons and end up going like whoops, and then just dragging the clock around. You can do it with all of the UI elements, really. Just sort of find the little arrow and then you sort of scale it up and down like that, as you can see. And that's a bit weird, but anyway. In the previous episode, we managed to get these cells put in, so a nice little progression. We got 135 maximum prisoners, 114 currently. Obviously, we're going to receive some prisoners. In fact, we're going to receive 6 prisoners, according to the thing on the left there. We also cracked on with the foundation education course and got that done, and we're now working on a general education course, which we'll see if that works out. In this episode, I want to actually get the prison finished off. I want to get these 2 buildings done. I want to get some flooring put in, as well as finish off this area here, so the workshop, as well as the solitary. So let's just crack on. I'm going to go to rooms, solitary, and then we're going to actually designate all this as solitary. The main reason I'm designating it is because otherwise I'll end up forgetting about it, and then just leaving it. Let's see if we have a quick look. It is, yeah, it's just 1 block that I've put there. Cool. We got 28 grand, 870. Ow! Ah, Jesus. I've just had a blood test, so I've been stabbed with like a myriad of needles in my right arm, which is my mouse arm, and every time I sort of move the mouse, I sort of catch it, and it really, really hurts. Oh. Anyway, so we need to finish off the flooring around here. In fact, pretty much flooring in every area, because we just don't have it. But we've got more than enough money to really crack on, so let's just go to building brick, and then we're going to shove in the one at the back, I think. Yeah, we're gonna do the one at the back, and this is going to be our cell block for the what would you call them, the nursery and such. Yeah, I think it is the nursery, isn't it? So we're gonna have a standard jail door. We'll just scroll up here like so. It'll be a straight copy, so we need to mirror it over, and then there we go, there's the door, and we'll plan it off in some amount of time. Anyway, so there's been a couple of comments, not many. Most people have sort of seemed to just understand that this is the way it's happening now, and there's no real major changes to really go in. A lot of people have been asking for the automatic door openers. I do want to get them, but I'll be honest, we're getting to a point now where we understand that the prison is working, and it's going to take like 10-15 minutes to put them in, and you know what, most of the areas in the prison, you don't need them. The only places I really want them is I would lock all of the canteen doors like shut. I would put them to normal, rather. I wouldn't lock them shut. I'd put them to normal and have this open and close with an automatic door opener in the canteen, as well as these individual cell blocks, and also at this area here, there. I'd put them both there. And that's it. That's the only places I would actually put them. So it doesn't really make much sense to mess around with it too much. We might not. We'll see how it goes. Let's just go over to planning and then to walls. And what we need to do is just to sort this bit out here. So we're trying to measure the cell box from the corner to corner, so it should be a 6x6, which it is. There we go. So let's just go over here, and then we'll measure some 6x6s like this. So it's a 6x6, and then we'll measure 6x6. Then just continue on, you see. 6x6. Hang on. That looks a bit too big. 6x6. 6x6, and then 6x6, and then that should be, that's actually too far. Hang on. No, of course, that's perfectly fine. Yes, of course, because we've got the nursery in the middle, where we actually have the proper nursery. These are not nursery cells. These are just the mother cells and stuff, as if you could, for a lack of a better term. Family cells, not mother cells. There we go. And then we'll put them in like so. Right, so that's going to be the overall size of it. The entranceways are closer to the center, like so. And we'll just finish that off. If one could actually... Ow! Arm hurts. We could actually, you know, get them the right size. Right, so, materials, brick wall. We'll start shoving this in. Obviously, a lot of this planning is not necessary because it's already planned off, or it's already in there. So, it doesn't really matter. It's just there for me, you know, me make sure I don't mess up any placements. And this will bring our capacity up to about 140-ish plus change. Bearing in mind though that it says I think we're on 135 at the moment. Yes, we are, but that is not, well, that includes, you can see, look, that's maximum safe capacity, but we've also got parent capacity of 12, protective custody of 4, so actually the capacity is more like 30, 40, 50, it'll be about 160 plus change, something like that, yeah. Anyway, we'll just have a quick look at our intelligence and go to our gangs. I want to see what gangs we got. 3 members of the red gang, we got 5 members of the green gang, and we got 2 members of the blue gang, which, to be honest with you, they haven't really done anything in this entire series because they haven't got a leader nor lieutenants. So essentially they just sort of don't really like each other. They hang around together, and that's pretty much it. But as you can see, they've got a nice cell over here, which is interesting. Look at that. They've got a very, very, very nice cell. So apparently one of the gang members has got a nice nice high-rated cell at the back. Very, very good. Let's just go to deployment and over to guard patrols, and apparently I missed a guard patrol somewhere. Someone said the left-hand side. They are in error, as far as I can tell. I did miss them in here, so I will put some guards in here. But guards. That's a Terry Pratchett book, I'm sure. Guards. These ones, Discworld and all of that. Great series. Should really actually finish it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they're all in. I've got all the guards, so I don't know what the beef is. Right, so we'll leave that for now. Right, so we need to sort out our electricity. So we're going to electricity. We'll run it probably from here down, like so. Obviously, we need to go to our objects, metal, detector, shove it in there, job done, unpause. This door, lock open, because we don't need it. Shut it all, and then we'll put the nursery in as well as the family cells. The family cells are actually quite simple looking at that, so we should be able to get that done quite easily. It is sleep time, so it's shakedown time. We haven't really done a shakedown in a little bit. We haven't got any walls around the outside. Well, we haven't got any walls. We've got fencing, which is very, very, very different. Brick walls, concrete walls. They are decent to stop tunnelers, and then you've got the really big walls. What are they called? Perimeter wall. Yeah, perimeter wall, and they are really, really good at stopping prisoners because they go very high and very deep. So it means that you can't sort of sneak prisoners underneath it or climb over and stuff. There isn't really any climbing in the game. Yeah, there isn't really any climbing. I mean, escape mode's quite good, but you can't, like, climb over stuff. I mean, I guess that's where you've got games like The Escapists, which I've never really touched since it came out, and, like, a lot of people played it, including myself, and went, yeah, this is okay. There was a lot of issues with it. It was really, really dodgy at times. It was just annoying in so many ways. Not, you know, like, oh my god, this is unplayable, but there was just times where you just really want to quit it. Like I said, there was just times that were really, really infuriating, but I think they did resolve a lot of that, but I don't really know exactly what's happened to it. I might have to check it out at some point. Again, the visitation, people have asked once or twice, are we going to change this over to a meeting area? So we've currently got these visitor tables, but you can actually have the closed off ones instead. So if we zoom in, you can see there's a visitor booth. These are like the closed off sections. Are we going to have that? The answer is probably no, mainly because of time and money. It's going to take too much time and too much money to actually crack on. I would rather just build the rest of the prison with the remaining money that we have instead of doing that. In terms of our regime, it doesn't look like there's anything to alter. Someone has said we should put an extra hour or two of lockup. I think 2 hours is okay for now. I would add another one if I thought it was necessary, but the punishment seems to be quite okay. Reform is quite high, or punishment and reform are middling and going up, so that's okay. Health is low, but I don't know why. Actually, I think I know why it's quite low. It's probably because 37 prisoners released, 70% reoffending rate. That's quite good. It's been improved. It's probably because and this is just a guess, it's probably because of the drugs and stuff that have been flung over the wall. And because of the drugs that have been flung over the wall, then people can use that, and that obviously lowers a bit of everything. So that's probably lowering the health quite a bit. I don't know, did I cancel that bit off there? Yeah, I did. Oh, I didn't, but I did now. Right, so family cells. Let's just have a quick look, see how we've done them. So, these ones here. So, okay. So it's toilet and chair near the door, then it goes up to crib and other things like that. Okay, toilet and chair near the door. So, well, I'll put the crib there because I know that's where it was. I'm just going as I find it. Toilet was over there. The chair was there. And then I believe it was a drain and then a shower head there. Now let me just have a quick look. So remember, it's mirrored. Is it correct? It is from the doorway. It's chair, God, them arcade machines are really loud. It's chair. What's that called? Crib. Bed. Chair, crib, bed. But the crib's the wrong way around. Still the wrong way around. Okay, let's get them put in. So, from here, we'll do that. We'll get all these cells done. Quite a simple task to hopefully put all these in. And we've got more than enough money to really crack on and get it done. Which is good. Now there might be some slight issues with me placing things in the wrong place. There normally is, but I'm sure we can handle it right. So we just found loads of items on someone. Gee, the myriad of effects as they found loads of stuff. At least it wasn't a tunnel. That could be infinitely worse. Was the toilet right next? It was right next to the door. Oh, it was on the other side, was it? Hang on. Yeah, I've got this wrong, haven't I? I've got the whole thing wrong. It should be the other side. Damn it! Ah, balls. Yeah, it is. It is. All of it is wrong. It's all wrong. It's all wrong. Hang on then. I did say this might be okay, but we can. If it's not, then we can handle it. We can handle it. Just means we have to dismantle half of it. There we go. I say half of it. All of it, because he balls it up. Right, this is the problem with mirroring stuff over. From now on, I think the next prison I'm going to make, I'm not going to make it symmetrical. Or rather, I might have it, but it's just going to be based on one design. It'll go down rather than this way. So, let's put it in the right way this time. He says, probably doing it wrong again. Hang on. Hang on, he is doing it wrong again on that side. Right. It's that. And if it isn't, then you know what? It is now. Because I'm not really keen on doing it all again. There'll be our family cells. Finish these off, and then there's actually no other cells to put in. They're all done. Looks like there's some violence going down there. Haven't actually checked recently for any snitches or anything. I should probably check in a moment, because we have had some intake. There has been people mentioned again, again, for like the bazillionth time. That's a unit of measurement now, bazillionth. Saying that we have not got enough prisoners for these to be filled up. Yes, I am aware. I am well aware, but the fact is that I don't really know what else I could do with these. People have mentioned that we could actually split off either side, say these 4, cut that off there and have that as a dormitory, same on the other side, so big dormitories. Yes, but we don't really need... There's a death. Yeah, that's probably a snitch. I'll have to sort that out in a second. When I say sort out, I mean get the mop out. Not very affectionate nor caring today, am I? Strong... Snitch, ex-law enforcement, bollocks. Right, fine. Okay, let's have a quick look then at informants. We can see that we've got dead person there. We've got some other traits that maybe we should be aware of. Volatile gang member. Oh no, look at that, when you scroll that, it connects up. So strong, skilled fighter and a volatile gang member. Okay, we're going to keep an eye on them then. No, it's alright, it's fine. So we do need to activate some of these here. We'll see, we'll have a little chat with informants and see what the deal is. I don't think there's anything else to find out. There's no question mark. Oh, no, there's a couple of question marks in terms of their traits and stuff. We don't know exactly what traits they have. Right, let's get the nursery put in and finished off. It's pretty simple, actually. So at the back we have a serving table, and then I believe it is it 3 cribs and 3 playmats? It is 3 cribs and 3 playmats. So playmats 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Same on this side, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then cribs. There you go. And then a table and chairs. Actually, it's a table and bench that goes in the middle there. And while we're here, we'll go to deployment and we will set up a guard patrol that I believe goes from... Yes, it goes from the entrance of this. It goes up to here and then it actually goes around. Something like that. I believe it's that, but because I can't see exactly where the can't see where it is. I think that would be better, wouldn't it? It's that. So let's see. There should be a bench and tables in there. Fantastic. Spot on. Right, so we need to go utilities, electrical cable, and just extend that a little bit because obviously we are running out of. There's not electricity on the right hand side. We need to put some. Ah, crap. Yeah, we haven't got any. We haven't got any heating. So let's sort that out as well. Utilities, water boiler. Put a boiler at the back. That's actually why we had a large pipe going to the end. I do remember now. And we'll do the same with electrical cable. And then we'll be able to plumb the rest in. And speaking of the radiators, the rads, where do we put the rads? They go on that side. Okay, so there'll be sort of that, and that. There we go, and then we can sort of connect all them up. It's on max speed while they build this, so we'll just let them crack on. It is beverages water, not anything fancy. It is sparkling water, so you know it's not bad. It's got a bit of fizz to it, just carbon dioxide. And I was going to say carbon monoxide, but you do not want to put carbon monoxide in your water. It's probably not good for you. I would definitely not recommend you do that. Right, sounds like there's a bit of violence with the prisoners. Let me just spin this round. All I'm doing here is spending loads of money. And we'll go to rooms and just cancel that bit off. All I've done there is just finished off this solitary area, which again we probably don't need, but the idea was that we were going to expand at some point. Don't know if that's going to happen. It will be us sort of taking a vote at the end of this episode when we've completerated the build. It's going to be a long episode, this one, because I just want to get it finished off. But then we can decide on whether or not we want to expand. Daily cash flow is good. We got some nice prisoner intake money coming in as well. In terms of our overall prisoners, we'll have a quick look-around. We've got 41 high risk, 42 normal risk, and then 36 low risk. So we're going to go to intake. We're actually going to turn off med and max sec, because I want to have this as a mixed prison. The whole point in this prison was to put in a bit of everything, right? So we've got female prisons, because they add like more stuff like the nurseries and such. We've got pretty much everything we can possibly imagine in here. We've got all different types of reform programs. We've got gangs. We've got events. We've got people working. We've got shops. We've got all the extras that... You know what? For a long time, I've not really classed the shop and the chapel and stuff as something you can have. I've just went, you pretty much have to have it, and have included it in my prisons for... Well, since it was introduced, actually, to be completely honest with you. So, yeah. Don't know whether or not that's a good idea or not, but that's just how we've done it. I'm just having a look around here just to see if we can find anyone that is worrying, extremely tough, skilled fighters. No, there's a couple of confidential informers, but obviously they're ours, so there's nothing that I'm looking at that's a bit worrying. We'll go to gangs. We see there's now 6 green members, so they are recruiting. By the look of it, 3 red, 6 green, 2 blue. Blue's always on the downside here. Look at that guy in there. Let's have a quick look. I say a guy because it's not a guy. It's Adlin Mittal. Mittal? Something like that. Prison number 1161942. You don't have a name, you've just got a number now. Right, so sentenced for 20 years for multiple crimes, including attempted murder, and perjury. Yeah, and assault as well, according to that. They've got a husband and a mother. In terms of their character, they are a gang member, which doesn't show you the tats on the face, but, you know, there they are. And you can see that they are no misconduct, and 2 days in your prison, even though they've got a high risk, a very posh cell. Estimated chance of reoffending, 97% chance. I don't think they're going to make parole. I don't think they will. I really don't think they will. Anyway, I should have had it max speed while we're doing that, because otherwise it's just going to take longer and longer and longer. Damn it, I've just put that in the wrong place as well. Dismantle. Actually, no, I haven't. No. Cancel. I haven't put that in the wrong place. What I have not done is done this. And then dismantle that wall all the way around. That's all I hadn't done. Okay, we'll let them crack on with that, and we'll actually say force all that. Oh, okay, warden. So, subsidence of the land is destroyed a section of your outer wall. There you go. Oh, that was close. Look at that. That's worrying, because this section disappeared, which actually means they can escape now. I think. I will force them to build that. But yeah, bit of subsidence there. This is why you have double walls, because that would be a blitz attempt of biblical proportions. If that didn't go well. Or rather, if that went badly. They could have just ran straight out that door. Worryingly. Anyway. So, a lot of these cells obviously saying that they haven't passed their tests and stuff, and that's just because of the way it is. Because they haven't put in the other items. So, this is now done. I will then demolish the wall behind it so people can get to this, and then we'll put some flooring in. Nursery. There are no prisoners assigned to eat in this canteen. That's because there's no prisoners assigned to this nursery. But it looks like all the pipe work has been put in. So what I'll do is that. I don't know if that's how we had it before, but we're going to have it like that now. Alright. Up to there. And then hot water pipe is similar job. And then we need to connect up like so. Because we've got a shower in there as well. You know, so they don't want cold showers. No, 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 no. They do not. And just while I'm here, I'm going to check over that side. Yes, that's actually plumbed in as well. The whole heating thing is is very interesting, but the more I play with it, the more I don't like it. It's because there's no... It's like every single thing every time I can imagine like heating systems being implemented in games, it's always just been, you need to do it, right? It's like, you need to place it, it needs to go in particular areas, you can't be creative with it, you can't not have it really, you know, like if you don't have it in this, it's just impossible. Like the prisoners are, well, I mean, you can have it, I guess you can choose not to put heating in and just use armed guards and suppress them, but yeah, I guess there is a choice there, and that would actually be an interesting thing now that I think of it. But yeah, most of the other times it's just like you need it, you can't be creative, you just have to slam radiators down and then plumb it all in. It's just my requirements. Not overly interesting, just something you have to do, but you know what, it is what it is, right? So let's just go over to foundations, building brick, and then we're going to build this thing here. This is going to be our last building that we make for this whole prison here. Well, depending on whether we expand or not, obviously. And then we'll go over to our large jail door, and then we need to put these in the centre, which I'm guesstimating is there. And we'll go over to the other side. Job done. Right, and then we'll sort the rest out. We've got loads of flooring to put in. We've also got quite a bit of workshop stuff to put in, but we do have 17 grand, so more than enough to finish this off. So I'm going to put in... Hang on, I just need to work out that. And then we need to put in workshop saw over this side. Now, you might be thinking, hang on, why have I missed out a section there? Well, that's because someone did suggest, and this is actually not a bad suggestion at all, that I'm going to dismantle 2 of them. I'm going to leave 2 of them, and then in each side, I'm going to put a carpenter's table, right? And that'll allow me to train carpentry, because we do have a carpentry apprenticeship, and there's people who wanted to take it as well. So that's actually not a bad suggestion at all, so thank you for that. I'm going to take you up on that. So, a lot of work when cracking on, a lot of stuff for them to do. In terms of people in the programs and what they're running, kitchen safety and hygiene, we've got 9 interested. Foundation education program, I'm going to reschedule all just to fix it, there we go. Sometimes it glitches out. General educational qualification, I'm actually very, very happy and surprised that we've got 3 people doing that. This is good. Guard taser certification, we can stop that now. Nobody's doing it. Parole, we've got that on the go. Spiritual guidance, we could probably put some more in the queue. I'm not running it for 1 person. Carpentry apprenticeship, 5 are interested in guard taser certification. We've cancelled. We're going to start the... we can't start the carpentry apprenticeship because of the lack of tables, essentially. But we got a 96% pass rate on that workshop safety induction, which either means that we've got very little health and safety, or they're really, really attentive. I think it's column A and column B, to be quite honest with you. Right, so, flinging in the items here, let's just go to lock open on both doors. And this will be our sort of common room here, which we do need to have a look and copy over, which is going to be a bit of a nightmare, but we'll see how it goes. Obviously, there's a lot of issues with the power, so we need to just fix that by doing that. So like that. Job done. Right. Over here, you can see there's not surrounded by... I've placed things, and it's taking a day for the workmen to actually get round and do it, just because of the... Let Just plumb in these like so, and that should be it all. Yeah, just because of the time it's taking, you know, because we've only got a certain amount of workmen, you see. So we've got a guard patrolling around there, that's good. Guards around the back there. What I need to do now is just pause it a second, go to deployment and go to staff only and assign this back bit of staff only. The reason why it wasn't staff only before is because the wall fell off, essentially. We'll put that staff only as well. The wall fell apart, which is always bad, but we fixed it now. Right, there might still be more staff only things to do, but we'll see how it goes. Looks like there's some pharmacological treatment and drug addiction stuff going on there, which is all good. We've done a lot of reform in this. I think our reform is middling. It's about 5. Yeah, middling was 5. But look at that. Reoffending rate is down to 14% from 16, which is excellent. So paroled early 23 and none have reoffended. I'm very pleased with that. I'm very pleased with that. In terms of gangs, let's have another quick look. 362. It's okay. Informants, I can't see anyone that I should be concerned with. Ex-law enforcement obviously is locked down in there. We know about this. In terms of our last 7 days, actually no, last 24 hours of stuff that's been stolen. A lot of it has been stolen from in here, brought in, stolen. No, that's brought in. That just travelled like the world. Stolen. Actually, you know what? Lots of it is stolen. That was thrown in, but most of it's been stolen, which I'm surprised about. I'm actually quite surprised about that. Anyway, this area, common room. So, rooms, common. Common room. Clicky, clicky, draggy, draggy. And metal detectors. If I actually type it right. Metal detectors. And then bosh, bosh. Bosh, bosh. I guess I'm going to have to run some electrical cable all the way at the end anyway because of them. In terms of our grid, no problem at all, we're fine. In terms of our areas here, I did say fix these in. Just waiting for the workmen to get on with it. Just taking a while. They'll get there in the end, I'm sure. So, speaking of workmen, where are they and what they're doing? I don't know, and I don't think they will know what they're doing either. We haven't really got any dangers in the kitchen. A lot of food waste and such. I'm guessing that's because of the training. People just dropping eggs all over the floor and stuff. Oh, maybe there's just a fight. Person's reading a book. Maybe a cookbook, perhaps. Well, there you go. And then we've also got our sprinklers just to put out any fires that we might have. I don't know where the workmen are. What are they doing? Ah, they're moving a lot of the stack's contents from the workshop. Well, that sort of makes sense, because we do have a lot stacked up. So maybe it's best if they to actually move things over. So. Common room. I believe it was pool tables. 1, 2, 3. And now what I'll do is actually check. Yes, it is 3 of them. And we don't have much money at the moment, but we will be getting more. Quite a bit more, in fact. Let me just go down and check. We have televisions. Actually, we don't have televisions. We have big TV. Large TV. There we go. I'll tell you what was on the other day. I really like porridge. Not just the food, but also the TV series with Ronnie Barker and... Is it Richard Beckinsale? I think that's who it is. Yeah, there's obviously other characters in it as well. There's other actors and stuff in it that you may have heard. I know David Jason's in it. There's loads of I think, was it I was going to say Frank Kelly, but that's Father Jack. I don't mean Frank Kelly. There was another actor, someone Kelly, who was in Hello Hello. Sam Kelly. Loads of really good comedians and comedy actors and stuff, and well, just generally good actors. And this is a remake, sort of semi-remake, follow-on type thing. It's like Fletcher's son, and he's like it's a bit of a cyber crime type guy. Essentially, it's as white collar as you're gonna get, and as much as like what people would call a modern interpretation. Like that's his. I think he was like a bit of a scallywag, a bit of a scoundrel. That's what the original Fletch was like, and this one's like the same sort of thing. And they were trying to think, well, we know he's a criminal, but what's the most like not serious thing that we can imagine, like you know, which is the one that people would sort of empathise with and is modern. Like you can't just say, oh well, he stole a can, like joyrided it a bit. What can we put? Oh, we'll make him some sort of like cybercrime guy, like he did a bit of credit card fraud or something like that, and make him out to be a bit of a I don't know, some sort of Robin Hood guy. And I think they actually did make that joke as well. But either way, I watched it and it's, you know what, I don't think it's as bad as people are really calling it. Some people are saying it's quite good, and some people are saying, oh my god, it's horrible, it's terrible. The problem is that as soon as you try to get close to like anything that, like, as soon as you try to get close to it, you realise just how much you miss Ronnie Barker and all that sort of stuff. And you can't imitate him because you're never going to beat him. And if you try to do something close, you'll go, well, why couldn't you just do Ronnie Barker anyway? Just do the same. Yeah, just do something different. Essentially. They've been doing a lot with a lot of BBC sitcoms as well. I think they did. There's about 2 or 3, like Young Hyacinth or something like that. There's loads of stuff that they've done recently. Like I think they're trying to see which one. They're trying to like fling enough stuff at the wall and see which actually sticks, which is, you know, fair enough. If that works for them, then all good. But either way, I watched it and I thought it was okay. It's I mean, it's obviously it's no porridge. It's not like the original. It's never gonna be. Don't think it was meant to be like that. And other Mr. Mackay was in it as well. If you haven't seen Porridge, by the way, then I would highly, highly recommend it. A fantastic, amazingly good comedy. But what do I know? Anyway, so common room is done, both sides. We have got both the things put in. We haven't got any benches and stuff. I was going to put phones in there, but you know what? I think we've got enough phones. We've got phones in the centre. We've got phones in either of these. All these. Anyway, that's one thing. That's one thing I haven't done. We haven't gone to our utilities and then connections, and I'm guessing yes, I thought that might be the case. Haven't actually connected the phone taps up to these. There we go. Right, so there's all that connected up. So, common room done. This done. I think that's all the buildings done, actually. I think it is all the buildings done. It might be, you know. It might be. What I'm going to do now is just go around and place a lot of the flooring that I hadn't placed, or at least the pathways around the prison. The problem is, I'm out of money. And I'm sure, I'm almost convinced that I placed carpenter tables here. But apparently, I'm out of funds. What I'm going to do is go over to the carpentry apprenticeship and actually start that. You see there's 6 interested, which is good as well. And there's going to be a couple working there. Just got a bit of money as well, for whatever reason. So over here, carpenter table, put one in. Can't put the other one in, we're out of funds, but I will put it in and then reschedule that program. I'm really hoping that we actually get the general education course done. Like, we haven't seen it done before. Hang on, why is it really, really bright now? Is it summer? It's autumn, but it must be warm. What's the temperature? 7 degrees C, 44 degrees Fahrenheit. No, it's not that warm. So I don't know why. Maybe there's a bit of maybe there's something wrong with the lights or something. So, we got shop intake. Look at that. I wonder how much we've made from shop. Does it actually show you? Valuation. No, it doesn't. It just tells you the valuation. It'd be nice to have a nice readout of exactly like how much you've made from the shop, or how much you've made from exports, things like that. You can see from the bank balance at the top there, but not elsewhere. In terms of bureaucracy, we've got everything unlocked that we really need. We haven't got a tax relief, which is making money from our for our exports, which is probably something we should go for, because we are making a fairly decent amount from that export stuff, as far as I can tell. And we now have enough money to put this carpenter table in there, and then we'll reschedule all programs there. Not bad at all. I could expand the phone booths, but it looks like there's always 1 or 2 just left. Like, we don't really need any more. If we were to expand this, if we do expand this, we can easily put more of them in. Over to materials, over to concrete tiles, and then we'll concrete tile a lot. There we are. And then straight up as well. I mean, all we're really doing here is just trying to get rid of the dirt. It's on the ground. I've placed it elsewhere. Haven't really done this bit around here. Don't really plan on doing it. We could go up to there like so, because then it's copying the other designs. And that is just about right. Okay. Right, so, apart from a guard patrol in the new common room, pretty much done. And we'll do it so they purposely walk in front of the telly just to another prisoners. There we go. You're not the boss. That says no prisoners assigned to the room, and there's none there. So it looks like we don't have any family members. So essentially we've got 24 cells that are empty because, well, we got 119 shared capacity and then 24 parent capacity, which we don't have any. So, yeah, it's not really that efficient, is it? Bit of waste there. We knew this was going to happen. Just, it is quite a lot of waste, isn't it? It is quite a lot of waste indeed. Right, that is our prison without the flooring, because obviously we haven't put in the floors around here, but I'm not going to spend, actually, we're not done. We're not done. We're not done. We haven't got a radiator in the centre there, and we haven't actually connected it up, because that should hopefully go to there, and then actually have some heat in there. We haven't checked out that. We haven't checked that. We'll have a quick look at logistics temperature. So the temperature is exactly where it should be, apart from there, which should hopefully fix it. In terms of room quality, the room quality is exactly how we want it. You can see it's like pretty poor there, and then goes up to the like nice 10 out of 10 ones. In terms of prison labour, everybody is assigned as far as I can tell. Yes, food distribution is getting distributed. Yes, the laundry is working. Room quality we've checked. Temperature, that's fine. There's some snow coming down. In terms of our deployment and guard patrols, you can see that we have guard patrols in almost all of the sections that we want. In terms of dog patrols, they are patrolling fine. 1, 2, 1, 2, yep, they're fine. Actually, we've got a couple missing. We need some more dogs and patrols. They're sitting over there because we don't want the suppression mechanic going off. And then if we go over to our intelligence and gangs, we can see that we got 3, 6, and then 2. No increase there. Go to informants, we can see that there is nobody at the moment that I can, or that I have to worry about. So there we are. That is our prison. It hasn't got the flooring in, because like I say, I'm not going to spend 20 minutes putting the flooring in and boring you to tears. I might have already done that anyway, but I'm certainly not going to do that now. The plan is for me to put in the flooring in the next... Well, I'll do it out of game. There's no point in you watching me putting the flooring, because it'll just be literally me placing it. And then I want to know what you want to do with this. Would you like to expand the prison? And if so, what would be the objectives of that? So which way would we expand? Top, bottom, left, right? And why would we do that? And also, if we do expand to those locations, like what sort of things do you want? Do you want to just see like massive dormitories? Do you want to see more high-risk prisoners? Do you want to see the execution facility, death row, that sort of thing? What do you want to see? Or we could leave it there and start a new prison, do something else, and crack on and make something different. And again, what sort of thing would you like to see? Or we could just leave it there and just try something else and just go for something else. You know, at the end of the day, this is Prison Architect sort of done and dusted. Doesn't mean we stop playing it, because remember, you know, traditionally, what would happen is you wait for a game to be finished and then you play it. Whereas that is not the norm now. Now what you do is you play a game when it is pretty much a pre-alpha, and then you get bored to tears, and then when it's finally released, you don't care about it because there's another pre-alpha out and blah 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 blah, and it's really really horrible actually now that you think of it. But yeah, that's the cycle, I guess. What would you want to do? Let me know, and then we'll go from there. Next couple of episodes will be escape attempts and also a bit of the old ultra-violence, which I don't know how that is going to go, but I'm sure it'll be fun finding out. As always, thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.